Today is our first session for Java real-time project. So this we are calling as full stack development, right? So this Java real-time project batch code is a 26 JRTP. So this is my 26th batch for Java real-time project. So you people are belongs to 26 JRTP and daily class timings 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. class will be available. 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST daily class will be available, and this course is going to take approximately 3 to 4 months of time. 3 to 4 months of time it is going to take for this Java real-time project full stack development. And for this course, trainer, myself, Ashok, I am having 11 years experience, and currently I'm working as a technical lead for one of the MNC company in the banking sector. So this is about the course information. You guys are belongs to Java real-time project full stack development. The course code is 26 JRTP. The class timings 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST, and the classes will be available from Monday to Saturday. So weekly 6 days classes will be available. The course duration, it is going to take 3 to 4 months of time. And the trainer, my name is Ashok, and I'm having 11 years experience and working as a technical lead. Good. Coming to the course details. Sir, what are the prerequisites in order to attend this course, and what is our course content? First, prerequisites. In order to attend this Java real-time project development, you should know all the technologies that are related to Java. This Java real-time project development is going to be the final course as a student for you. After this course, you need to get the placement, right? So the prerequisites, you should have very good knowledge on core Java, and you need to have very good knowledge on advanced Java, especially JDBC and servlets. JDBC and servlets. You need to have good knowledge on database, SQL queries knowledge is required, and you need to have good knowledge on web development, basically HTML, CSS, JavaScript concepts. HTML, CSS is very basic things, guys. HTML plus CSS plus JavaScript plus Bootstrap. This web development knowledge is required. So these are the prerequisites to attend this course. Core Java. In the core Java, especially Java 8 futures, whoops concepts knowledge is required. Advanced Java, JDBC, servlets knowledge is required. Database, SQL queries knowledge is required, including joins also. And web development knowledge is required. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. Then coming to Spring Boot and microservices. Okay, so this complete project development will be there on the Spring Boot and microservices only, which is trending in the market. Without having knowledge on the boot and microservices, it is very difficult to get the job as a Java developer. So this project also we are going to learn by using boot and microservices only. If anyone who is already completed boot and microservices, then excellent. If you don't know boot and microservices, parallelly you can learn, right? So our 9:30 batch is available for Spring Boot. From today, we are starting Spring Boot and microservices at 9:30 a.m. The people who don't know Spring Boot and microservices, those people need to attend this Spring Boot microservices batch at 9:30 a.m. IST. From today, we are going to start the boot and microservices. Project batch is different. Boot microservices batch is different. Project batch is at 7:30 a.m. and boot microservice is at 9:30 a.m. That course also will take 3 months. Parallelly, you can attend both courses, right? Next one. So these are the prerequisites, guys. So if you have knowledge on these things, then you can join for this Java project development along with boot and microservices also. But sir, I will join only project development. I don't want boot and microservices. You can't understand. So because the project we are going to develop based on boot and microservices only. So these are the prerequisites to attend our course. So this one parallelly you can learn from today at 9:30 a.m. The class is going to start. Next one, coming to our course content. Sir, what we are going to learn as part of this course content? This course content we have divided into multiple modules. Course content divided into multiple modules. In the first module, we are going to learn about software industry information, like what type of jobs available in the industry. So many people are freshers here. Sir, if we want to attend the interview, what type of companies are available in the industry? What is a product based company? What is service based company? What is the interview process if I go for product based company? What is the interview process if I go for service based company? What is permanent job in the software industry? What is contract job in the software industry? What is outsourcing companies in the industry, how the jobs will be there in the market, how much package we can expect as a fresher in the industry, okay, how much package we can expect as a experienced developer in the industry. All those things we are going to learn in the module 1. This is just 1 or 2 days of time only. Theoretically, we are going to discuss what is a project, what type of works will be there in the software project, okay, what are the daily activities of the software developer in the company, okay, and how the interview process will be available, how the package structure will be available for freshers and for experienced people, we are going to learn. Then coming to the next module, which is very, very important, real-time tools, guys. So if you are going to attend the interview as a developer, only Java knowledge is not sufficient, because in the industry, along with the Java, we are going to use some tools also in the project development. In our daily life in the company as a developer, several tools we are going to use. Those are called real-time tools. Here around we are going to learn 20 plus real-time tools like Maven, GitHub, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, and Jira tool will be available. Sonar Cube tool will be available. JMeter will be available. Nexus will be available. Swagger, Postman, like that. There are several tools people are going to use in the project development process, right? For the development process, we will use some tools. For testing purpose, we will use some tools. For deployment purpose, we are going to use some tools. Now here, in the real time, we are going to use tools for build process. In the project, we are going to use some build tools. Some projects are going to use Maven as a build tool. Some projects will use Gradle as a build tool. Then projects will be using logging tools also. We need to know what is log4j, what is logback. For the project logging purpose, logging tools will be available. So for the project, testing will be available. Testing tools will be available like JUnit will be available, Mockito will be available, and Jacoco will be available. These are used for unit testing purpose. These are used for project creation, project build process. These are used for project logging. These are used for project unit testing and for the project code coverage, and code review tools will be available. So we are going to use a tool called Sonar Cube in order to perform code review. Then next one, deployment tools will be available. Deployment tools will be available like Docker will be available, Kubernetes will be available, Jenkins will be available. And Artifactory tools will be available in the project. Some projects will use Nexus, some projects will use JFrog as Artifactory servers in the project development. Then we are going to use some message queues In the project, message queues will be available. Some companies are using ActiveMQ as a message queue. Some companies are using Kafka as a message queue. And in the project, cache will be available. Some projects are using Gemfire for the caching. Some projects are using Redis cache. Some projects will be using Gemfire. Some projects will be using Redis cache. Okay, like this, as a developer, we need to know several tools also. So some tools like Maven, Gradle are used for project build process. Without using Maven or Gradle, no project will be developed in the real time. Without logging, project will not be available. Without unit testing, project will not be available. Whatever the tools that I have mentioned here, all these are mandatory, not only for experienced people. Even a fresher also should know all these tools, because every day you have to work with those tools in the project. So the tools we are using in the real environment for the project development, those tools are called real-time tools. We are going to learn 20 plus real-time tools as part of our course. Our JRTP course will start with real-time tools only. First 2 to 3 days, theoretical discussion will be available regarding packages and regarding interview process, regarding jobs and all that stuff. Then actual course is going to start with the real-time tools. Now, sir, I don't know Spring Boot and microservices. Can I join for the project here? The reason I'm saying parallelly you can learn. First 1 month we are going to spend on the tools part only. In that 1 month of time, you will get very good amount of knowledge in the Spring Boot and microservices. Okay. By the time we are going to start the actual project development, you will have good knowledge on Spring Boot and microservices. That's why you can attend our JRTP and Spring Boot courses parallelly. So first 1 month, we are going to work with tools like this. So by end of the course, we are going to learn 20 tools. So here documentation tools will be available. So here we are going to use Swagger for the documentation, and API testing tools will be available. We are going to use Postman for the API testing. How to use Postman, how to create Postman collection for the API testing, how to generate API documentation by using Swagger, how to improve performance of the application by using Redis cache, how to increase performance by using message queues like ActiveMQ or Kafka, how to store project artifacts by using Nexus and JFrog, how to deploy our applications by using Docker, Kubernetes, and Jenkins. Last week we have seen what is Docker. This week we have workshop on the Jenkins now. How to perform the code review by using SonarQube. How to test our application, unit test of our application by using JUnit, Mockito, and code coverage by using Jacoco. How to implement logging in the application by using Log4j, build tools using Maven and Gradle. Like this, by end of the course, you are going to learn 20 plus tools here. Then, once these tools are completed, then we are going with module 3. In the module 3, we are going to develop mini projects, guys. 2 mini projects we are going to develop as part of this module 3. Sir, what is the meaning of a mini project? We will take a project which is having 2 to 3 screens, not more than that. Mini project means a small project we are going to take and we are going to develop that mini project. Sir, what is the reason to develop these mini projects in the course? The reason for developing mini projects is to understand requirements analysis. Tomorrow, once you go for the company, when they give the requirement, what you need to do. Okay, so what is the process that people will follow in the real environment for the project development? When they give the requirement, directly don't open the Eclipse IDE to write the code. First, we need to understand what is the requirement. Okay, requirements analysis we are going to learn, and we are going to learn query log preparation. When someone, I mean to say, when the client has given the requirement for the development team, all the developers may not understand the requirement properly, because my understanding is different, your understanding is different, client understanding is different. Okay, so we need to spend good amount of time before starting the development on the analysis. Whatever the requirement client is giving, how we need to develop this requirement, are there any blockers available in the requirement, we need to analyze the requirement, we need to come up with some questions on the requirement. We need to analyze the requirement, come up with some questions on the requirement. Whatever the questions you have on the requirement, you will prepare one query log. Query log, nothing but the doubts that you are getting on the requirement, we will keep in one document. That document is called query log document. Once we have query log document, then jam sessions will be available. We are going to connect with functional team to get the clarifications on the requirement. Developers are having some doubts. Functional people are going to clarify the doubts for the developers. Once all your doubts are clarified, then you need to design DB. DB design, that means data modeling. Before going to start the development, first we need to prepare our database design. For this requirement, how many tables are required? What columns are required? What relationships are required in the tables? How many primary keys are required? How many foreign keys are required? Is it one-to-one relation or one-to-many relation or many-to-one relation? That the data design should be very clear before going for the development. So we are going to learn requirement. I will share my experience here. When I'm going to develop any requirement, what is the process I'm going to follow in my company? So this course is not just training. This project means I'm going to share my 11 years of experience with you people. How I struggled in my job in the initial days, how I am doing my job in the company, what are my roles and responsibilities before becoming the technical lead, what were my roles and responsibilities, now what are my roles and responsibilities in the company, when I was working as a developer, how I used to follow the cycle to complete my requirement. So that process we are going to learn. And here, once it is completed, coding components design. For the students, the biggest challenge is this part only, components design. When we give one screen, people are not able to analyze how many classes should be created for that. So you know Java class, you know Java method, you know Java variable, data type, interface, constructor, you know all the concepts in the Java. But the problem is, when one screen is given to you for the development, how many classes we need to take for this screen development? How many methods we need to take for this screen development? For this method, what parameters we need to take? What return types we need to take for the method? 99% of the people are facing challenge with that process. So we are going to analyze how to work with the requirement, how to design the database tables, how to design our components. Then finally we will go for development part. Finally we are going for development part. Once it is completed, then we will go for testing part. So whatever the code we have developed, we need to test, is that code working as expected or not. Complete software development lifecycle with real-time standards we are going to learn as part of our mini projects development. So by developing these mini projects, your confidence level will increase. You will understand real-time standards, how people will work in the company, the development process you are going to learn. In the training, generally what will happen? Faculty will teach one concept, will develop one example, then code will be shared with the students, then he will go to the next topic, next example will be available. But in the real time, the situation is not like that. They will give the requirement, you need to analyze the requirement, and there will be one more concept here, which is called effort estimations. There is a concept called effort estimations. Effort estimation, nothing but when the team lead or manager assigning the task for you, before completing the task, you need to estimate how much time it is going to take to complete. You need to tell that time. Are you going to take 8 hours of time, or are you going to take 20 hours of time to complete the task? Based on the requirement complexity, you need to estimate that, and you need to tell that time, and you need to stick to that time to complete that task. Effort estimation is also one of the biggest challenging task in the real time. So you need to know all these things, then only you can work in the project development in the company. So this is very, very difficult and challenging. In the normal courses, these concepts will not be explained. If you go for core Java or advanced Java or Spring Boot microservices, these things will not be available. They will follow the syllabus, topic will be explained, and one example on the topic will be completed. But here, the scenario is not that. We need to follow the real-time standards. Based on that, we need to develop our application. Okay, so these mini projects are very, 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 very important in our course. With these mini projects development, your coding skills will improve, your analysis skills will improve, your confidence levels will be improved. These mini projects, whatever 2 mini projects we are discussing, I will develop these 2 mini projects in the class with live coding. From the scratch, we are going to develop. Whatever I am developing in the class, you need to do the same thing on your own. Okay, these 2 projects we are going to develop as part of our course. Once this mini projects development completed, then module 4, we are going to learn microservices concepts, guys. We are going to learn microservices. In the real time, the complete projects will be developed by using microservices only. As part of this microservices, we are going to learn what is service registry. What is service registry? What is a admin server? And what is Jipkin server? What is a Jipkin server? What is the API gateway? What is API gateway? And we are going to learn what is config server. What is API gateway? What is config server? And we are going to learn FIN client, which is used for inter-service communication. FIN client and inter-service communication. These things we are going to learn as part of our microservices. And we are also going to learn a concept called circuit breaker, which is used for developing fault-tolerant systems. Fault-tolerant systems will be developed by using this circuit breaker. So microservices we are going to learn as part of this module 4. Then coming to the next module, module 5. As part of this module 5, we are going to learn AWS cloud, because nowadays every company is using cloud infrastructure. How to set up infrastructure in the cloud for our application development. That AWS cloud concepts we are going to learn. As part of this cloud, we are going to learn about EC2 service, which is used to create virtual machines. We are going to see what is EC2 and how to create virtual machines by using EC2. And we are going to learn S3 service, which is used for storage in the cloud. Unlimited storage we are going to do by using this S3 service. And we will discuss about RDS, which is cloud relational database. So in the real time, database will not be installed in our system. Database will be available in the cloud. How we will connect to the cloud database? So to set up a database in the cloud, we are going to use RDS service. And next one, in the AWS, there is a service called IAM service for user management. So how we will connect to the AWS cloud account? Today in the training, you will create your own account in the AWS. You will log in into that account. But in the company AWS account will be available. So for the company AWS account, how can we log in? How they will manage users in the AWS account? How the permissions will be available in the AWS? For which user, which permission is required? How to add the users to the group? So the users management, policies management will be available in the IAM service. We are going to learn this IAM by using this user management. And we are going to learn one more service in the AWS, which is lambdas, which is used for serverless computing. So you can run your code directly in the AWS without using server. For that, there is a concept called lambdas concept is available, which is used for serverless computing. Nowadays, in every interview, they are asking about AWS lambdas for the developer. So can you run your code by using AWS Lambda? That is the question they are asking. You are developing one REST API by using Spring Boot. Can you run your REST API by using AWS Lambda function? So for that, we are going to use AWS Lambdas for serverless computing. So this knowledge is very, very, very important nowadays if you want to work as a developer, microservices developer. Cloud knowledge is very crucial for us. And we are going to see one more service in the AWS, which is called EKS. So EKS is used for running Kubernetes cluster. As I told you, in our tools, we are going to learn Kubernetes, which is used for orchestration purpose. When we are going to deploy our application using Docker and Kubernetes, the Kubernetes cluster we are going to set up by using EKS service in the AWS cloud. So AWS cloud we are going to learn. First we will understand what is cloud and why we need to go for cloud. What is the reason of going for the cloud computing? What are the benefits available when we go for cloud computing? EC2, I want to create one machine. I don't want to purchase the machines required for the application. The machines will be provided by AWS by using a service called EC2 service. Then S3, storage will be available. RDS, relational database will be available. IAM, user management will be available. Lambdas, serverless computing will be available. EKS, Kubernetes cluster we are going to learn. So these are the main important services that we are going to learn from AWS cloud. And I'm going to show you how to manage billing in the AWS. 1 minute, guys. Yeah, we are going to learn what is cloud, why we need to go for cloud, what is EC2 service, how to create virtual machines in the AWS, how to work with storage, how to work with RDS, how to work with IAM, how to work with lambdas for serverless computing, how to work with EKS, and how to work with billing in the AWS cloud. This is our module 5. We are going to learn cloud concepts as well. Good. So if you see real-time tools we are going to learn, mini projects we are going to develop. What is the main reason to develop the mini projects, guys? To improve our coding skills. So once you develop the mini projects, you should be able to analyze any kind of requirement. If I show you one screen, within 2 hours, you should come up with the database design. You should come up with the classes design. So you need to improve lot of analysis skills. As of now, whatever the faculty is explaining in the class, same example you are practicing. But in the industry, it will not work out. Every day new requirement will be available. Every day new screen will be available. Nobody will tell you how many tables are required, how many methods are required, what parameters are required, what return types are required. So that you need to improve that analysis skill and you need to develop. So this is my 26th batch for the project development. In all the 25 batches, we faced the same problem. People are coming from different institutes for the project. They completed the courses, but they don't know how to develop the project. Course wise, they are good. Concepts they know, but using all the concepts, they are not able to develop a simple project requirement. If I ask you to develop a simple phone book application, store the contacts, retrieve the contact, update the contact, delete the contact. So people are not able to understand how many methods are required, how many classes are required, how many tables are required. That analysis skill is weak for the students at the time of learning the courses. So once this project is developed, once mini projects are developed, you will improve that skill, you will get maturity as a developer. That is the main reason to develop the mini projects. Initially, when I started Java real-time project, for first 10 batches in the Java real-time project, this module was not there. Directly, we used it to explain the tools. We used it to explain microservices, cloud, and project development. After 10 batches completed, I realized that people are not able to analyze the requirement. From the 11th project batch onwards, I added this extra module in the course. Because of this module, 1 month of course duration is increased. So without this module, if I directly take the tools and develop the project, project will be completed. But after project completed, people are not getting the confidence. So this project we are okay. But tomorrow when we go for company, different project will be there. How we need to work on that project. That's why from the 11th batch onwards, we have added this extra module where we will take simple requirement. We will do the brainstorming. Brainstorming nothing but thinking, analyzing, and keeping our analysis on the paper. So once you do your analysis as a fresher, I will tell my analysis. Then you compare your analysis with my analysis. Then you will find the gap. What mistake you are doing as a student. How I am doing that analysis. You can compare that. From that comparison, you will realize what is missing from your side. What you need to improve from your side, you will realize as part of this mini projects development. This is very important. And this mini projects development also, it's not like I will open the requirement and I will develop and I will give the code. Everyday task will be available. First, I will give the requirement and I will give 1 day time for you. In that 1 day, you need to do the analysis. Next day, I will tell my analysis. You compare your analysis with my analysis. You find out what is the mistake. If your analysis is matching with my analysis, then excellent. You are going in the right direction. If not matching, you need to improve that skill. Then I will give 2 days time. After analysis completed, I will give 2 days time for you to complete the coding part. First, you will get the chance to think with your brain and try to write that code. If you are not able to do, no problem. I will do that coding in the class from the scratch. Then you observe why you are not able to do it, how I'm able to do it, where you got stuck, what is the solution for that. That is how you need to learn the project development. If I teach project also line by line, everyday coding and share the code, there is no use. Your skill will not be improved. Okay, guys, this project I can complete the coding in the class. I will give you. But tomorrow, are you going to develop same project in the company? It will be different. Every day it is challenging for the developers. That's why it's not important what project we are developing here. Sir, are you going to develop a banking application? Are you going to develop e-commerce application? Are you going to develop healthcare application? That's not important. What is the important part? What is the important part here? Whether you are able to develop the things on your own or not. Requirement can be anything. Requirement can be anything. Are you able to do the coding on your own or not? That is the important part. That skill you have to learn from the project course. Project means one person cannot do everything. You just keep that point in your brain. In the company, do you think that project means one person will do everything? A team will be available. In the training also, if it is a course, I can teach everything. I can teach every topic. I can do example on the every topic. When it comes to the project, can I do everything in the course? Daily 1.5 hour, 3 months time, we can't do the project. Complete project we cannot do. So we will take some important modules in the project and some modules I will develop, some modules you have to develop, then only project will be completed. If I need to develop the entire project from the starting to ending, 1 year it will take. And that too, if I take only 1.5 hour for the project development, it may take 2 to 3 years also. In the company, a team will work daily 8 hours. Then project will be completed. Here, as a trainer, 1.5 hour class I will take. for 3 to 4 months of time. Completing entire e-commerce application is not possible. Completing entire banking application is not possible. You just come to the reality. You just think with the reality. So how many people will develop a project in the company? How many days they will develop that project? How many hours they will spend on daily? One person will spend 8 hours daily. In a team, 10 people will be available. 1 to 2 years they will develop one project. 10 people, daily 8 hours, 2 years of time they will take to develop the project. But in the course, 3 months, 4 months course will be available. Daily 1.5 hour time will be available for the class. So doing the entire project is not possible. So here some concepts, some modules we will take from the project and we are going to develop those. And that too, not only me, you and me, together we have to develop the project. Then only it will be completed. Are you getting my point? Yes. Okay. What is the first module, guys? Industry details we are going to learn. Second module, real-time tools. 20 plus tools we need to learn for the real project to develop. If you want to get real-time feeling, then you need to learn the tools. If you write the code without using these tools, it is like a Amirpet training only. You will not get the real environment feeling. If you want to get the real environment feeling, you need to work with the tools also. Last week you have seen Docker, how the deployment is going to happen. So this week we are going to see Jenkins. I will integrate Docker and Jenkins. I will show you the deployment. So then once the tools are done, what is the next part? Mini projects. Why we are going to do the mini projects in our course? Come on. Why we need to learn the mini projects development? To improve our coding skills, to improve our analysis skills, to get the maturity, to make our hands dirty in the coding. You need to make your hands dirty in the coding by developing these mini projects. Always you will get the first chance in the project development. Analysis, first you will do, then I will do my analysis. Coding, first you will do, then I will do that. That's how we are going to learn the subject. Then once mini projects are done, we are going to learn microservices concepts. So nowadays, every project getting developed by using microservices architecture only. So we need to learn some concepts in the microservices. Then AWS cloud concepts we are going to learn, which is very, 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 very important on-demand skill for the developers in the market. In every interview, they are asking about AWS cloud also. Once these cloud concepts are clear, then module 6. This module 6 is our major project. This module 6 is our major project. We have multiple options here. We can go for healthcare application or we can go for e-commerce application. For previous batches, I have taken healthcare application. For this batch, I am planning to work with e-commerce application. How the Flipkart application is working, products will be available. People can add the product to the cart and they can do the checkout and they can do the payment and the product delivery instructions will be available. Such kind of one dummy e-commerce application we can build by using boot and microservices. Then once the e-commerce application we are going to take, first we are going to develop backend part of the e-commerce application. We need to develop backend microservices for the e-commerce application. Product service will be available, catalog service will be available, cart service will be available, checkout service will be available, payment service will be available, admin service will be available, report service will be available. Like this, 7 to 8 microservices will be available in the backend. Right. Once this backend services are completed, then we are going for module 7. There we are going to learn Angular for the front-end development. Angular plus front-end development. Angular plus front-end development we are going to learn. So Angular is also part of the syllabus, guys. Sir, I don't know Angular. How can I develop front-end of this project by using Angular? Angular also we are going to explain. So we will learn the Angular first because people don't know how to work with the Angular. Some people Some people already completed Angular training, some people not completed. We are going to learn the Angular from the scratch. What is Angular? How to set up the Angular? Okay. How to build UI of the project by using Angular. The Angular we are going to learn. By using that Angular, we are going to develop front end of our application. By using Angular, we will develop front end of the application. Once it is done, then the last module is our interview guide will be available. In this interview guide, we are going to learn about self-introduction, how to introduce ourselves as a developer. When you are going for fresher, how to explain about yourself. When you are going for interview, how to explain your roles and responsibilities in the interview. Project architecture explanation, how to explain our project architecture in the interview, and resume building will be available. How to prepare our resume as a fresher and as a experienced developer. Then we are going to conduct mock interviews also for the people. 2 to 3 interviews we will take first. How is your communication? How is your technical skills? We are going to take those mock interviews here. And the people who got selected in our mock interview, for those people, placement assistance also will be available. I'm not saying that placement guarantee. So placement guarantee nobody can provide. So placement assistance we can provide. If your communication is good, if your skill is good, then we will refer you to the companies which are associated with Ashok IT. Okay. So this Saturday, we have this Friday, we have interviews for the previous batch people in the 2 companies. So 2 companies are looking for Java trained freshers. So we have conducted mock interviews. The people who got selected in our mock interview, those people are going for the interviews. If they get selected, they will get 3.4, 3.6 lakhs package as a fresher. So by seeing this course content, by seeing this project content, they're asking the people who completed this training because they can directly work on the project development. They are ready to pay 3.6 lakhs package for the fresher who completed this content, this project development. So that's why here mock interviews will be there. This mock interviews for your skill assessment, guys. Okay. In the course, some people are serious, some people are not serious. The people who are really serious regarding their career, they will do the practice, they will develop the project. So to send you for the mock interviews, these mini projects you need to develop on your own. This major project APIs you need to develop. This Angular code you need to develop. Once you do all these things, then and you select in the mock interviews, then you will go for the placement assistance. If you are not good in the communication, if you are not good in the technical skills, if you are not developing the projects which we are discussing in the class, you are not eligible for the placement. So if you are good, then only we can send you to the company. If you are not good, we cannot send you to the company. Got my point? You need to keep that in your mind. So this is our last module in the course, which is interview guidance. Okay. How to explain self-introduction, how to explain roles and responsibilities, how to explain project architecture, how to build resume as a fresher, as an experienced developer. We will take your mock interviews, and if you are good in the mock interview, then placement assistance also will be available for you. So with this, our Java real-time project course will be completed. This complete course is going to take, as I told you, 3 to 4 months of time. In this course, you are going to learn the microservices, you are going to learn the AWS cloud, you are going to learn the Angular, and you are going to develop 2 mini projects. You are going to develop one major project with the full stack development, and you are going to learn 20 plus real-time tools also. Okay. And sir, after learning this course, how I can attend the interviews? If you don't have the gap in the career, then you need to go as a fresher only. If you completed your BTech in the 2024, then you can go as a fresher. 23 or 24, you can try as a fresher. But whatever the content that we are going to learn in the course, this is equal to 3 to 4 years experienced developer. 3 to 4 years. If you have the gap in the career, you can keep 3 to 4 years of experience also, and you can attend the interviews. And you have seen on the notice board, many people got the job with 20 lakhs package, 18 lakhs package. The reason, they attended interviews with the experience, because this much knowledge we are going to get, this much real-time content we are going to learn. So you can attend interview with the experience also. First 4-5 interviews you may fail, you will get the interview experience, right? You can get the job either as a fresher, or you can get the job as a experienced developer also. If you want to go as a experience, some career gap is required. If you complete your BTech in 2020 or 2021, so till today, how much gap is there? That gap you can show as a experience. I will tell you how to cover that gap as a experience, how to prepare experienced resume, how to attend experienced interviews. That guidance also will be available as part of the training. You got my point? Now it is your choice whether you want to go as a fresher or you want to go as a experienced developer. You got my point? Good. So are you clear, online students? Are you guys clear? Sir, React.js I'm not including because I'm not expert in the React.js. My project is developed with Angular. So I have basic knowledge on the React, but I'm not professional in the React.js. That's why I don't want to do that experiment. Okay. Good. Come on. And one more thing here, guys. Angular classes here, these modules, some modules are independent here. When you are learning the tools, parallelly, you can learn the AWS also. When we are developing the mini projects, when we are learning the microservices, Angular, you can learn parallelly also. It's not like we are going to follow all the modules in the sequentially. If I follow all the modules in the sequentially, course duration may become 6 to 7 months also. Some classes will happen parallelly. So Angular classes we will try to conduct parallelly in the evening slot. Okay. So in the evening slot, Angular basics, because for the Angular, TypeScript is required. TypeScript and Angular fundamental concepts. Okay. We will discuss in the evening session parallelly. So that Angular class, Angular topics, and these AWS topics, there is no relation with this. This is a separate module, independent module. These AWS topics we can learn in the evening slot, and Angular topics we can learn in the evening slot, so that 1 month or 2 months of time we can save. Sir, if we want to do everything from module 1 to module 8 in the morning slot only at 7:30 means the course duration will become 6 months of time. Okay, that's why. So classes will be available in the morning as well as in the evening also. AWS and Angular topics we will discuss in the evening slot, not in the morning slot. Getting my point? The remaining things, real-time tools, mini projects, microservices, major project development will be available in the morning slot at 7:30. AWS cloud concepts and Angular classes will be available in the evening slot. So you need to be flexible with the timing for that. Are you clear? Are you getting my point? Yes. Now, so AWS topics, we will start after 10 days of time at the evening 6 p.m. AWS classes will be there for 10 to 15 days of time. 2 weeks we are going to learn AWS cloud. Angular, 1 month Angular classes will be available. So what is Angular? What is TypeScript? How to work with the Angular? Those classes will be available. So I'm telling you, so in the morning 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. this real-time tools will be available, mini projects will be available, microservices will be available, major project will be available. And this AWS cloud concepts, module 5 and module 7, these things will be available in the evening slot. Evening, either 6 p.m. or evening, either at 8 p.m. we are going to conduct these classes for AWS as well as for the Angular. Are you clear? You are okay with the timings, right? Online students. Yeah, because the reason, if I teach each and everything from starting to ending in the morning slot, time constraint, it will take 6 months of time. That's why one class in the morning, one class in the evening will be available. Good. So this is the course content, guys. You look at this one. As I told you, prerequisites are these things. Boot microservices from today, it is starting at 9:30 a.m. The people who don't know boot and microservices, they can attend these classes at 9:30 a.m. For attending these classes, the Zoom link I will share in the chat box. Yeah. Spring Boot microservices Zoom link I'm giving in the chat. Anyone who want to attend these classes at 9:30 a.m. today, the Zoom link is available in the chat box. You can attend those classes parallelly. Yep. Java real-time project full stack development 26 JRTP. This class is both classroom and online training. Daily classroom will be available, offline also will be available. Timings 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST, Monday to Saturday. This is for 6 modules. 2 modules will happen in the evening slot. AWS and Angular will happen in the evening slot. Course duration 3 to 4 months of time. So I will be the trainer for this one. For Angular, I will check. So if time is not sufficient, Angular fundamentals, other trainer will explain. Project UI development, I will take care of that. Okay. Then prerequisites, core Java, advanced Java, database, and web development. Spring Boot and microservices parallelly you can attend. Course content. Read that once again. What is the first module? Software industry information we are going to learn. Then second module, real-time tools. And the tools also, guys, we are not going to learn all the 20 tools at a time, because if you want to learn Kafka, you need to know what is the purpose of that Kafka, and you need to have one project to implement Kafka. By end of the course, you will get all the tools. In the starting, 4 or 5 tools we are going to learn. By end of the course, you can check all the tools are covered or not. Some tools we will discuss initially, some tools after mini projects development, some tools in the major project development we are going to learn. By end of the course, tools will be covered. Then third module, mini projects. So this mini projects development is also very, very, very important to improve your coding skills, guys. Then next one, module 4, microservices, because before going to develop the major project, microservices knowledge is required. The people who are attending boot microservice, they will get these microservices. Some people are there who are coming for only project development. For them, these microservices topics also will be explained. Then AWS cloud will be available. Cloud services we are going to learn. EC2, S3, RDS, IAM, Lambdas, EKS, and billings also we are going to learn in the AWS. Major project development. So 90% we will go with the e-commerce application for this batch. Backend microservices will be available. Frontend will be developed by using Angular. Then module 7, Angular. Angular we are going to learn, and frontend we are going to develop with the Angular. For Angular fundamentals, I will give this to the Angular trainer. So who is expert in the Angular, that person will teach TypeScript and Angular basics for you. Project UI development we will do together. Okay, good. Interview guidance will be there. Self-introduction, roles and responsibilities, architecture, resume building, mock interviews, and placement assistance will be available. Good. So this is about course information. What is the roadmap that we are going to follow to complete this course? When the evening classes are going to start, I will update 1 week before. When the AWS will start in the evening, when the Angular will start in the evening, I will update 1 week before so that you can plan accordingly. So evening 8 to 6 to 9, in that any timing we are going to allocate based on the trainer availability for the AWS topics and for the Angular topics. AWS topics I will only teach. Angular fundamentals I will give to other trainer. So what is TypeScript, how to set up Angular, how to create first project, how to run the first project in Angular, that part other trainer will teach. Okay, UI development, I will join for the UI development. Good. Perfect. So then, as I already mentioned, course duration, 3 to 4 months of time. Then next, what information? Yeah. And next one, daily soft copy notes will be provided. Daily soft copy notes will be provided. Whatever I'm typing here, the notes I will upload into our website. Good. So next one, course fees, guys. This course fees is 9,000 rupees for the live classes plus notes. Okay. Then if you want to go with backup videos 3000 extra, and these backup videos will be available for 1 year access. And for the full stack people, no payment extra. It is part of the full stack course. The people who are attending only project development, for them, for Java real-time project, course fees is 9,000. Live classes plus notes will be available. Backup videos 3,000 rupees. 1 year access will be available for the backup videos. So people will ask, sir, in other institute, Java project is 6,000 only. Why here it is 9,000? In the other institute, AWS will not be available. Angular will not be available in the project. Project they will charge 5,000. Angular they will charge 5,000. And AWS they will charge 5,000. Total you will pay 15,000 for the project. But here, all three combined we are giving for 9,000 only. Okay, that is the difference. Sir, in other institute project is 6,000. In Ashok IT it is 9,000. The reason, Angular 1 month classes will be available. AWS 2 weeks classes will be available. Total we are going to take around 45 days extra. They will charge separately for 3 courses. Here all three you are getting as a package. Yeah, that is the reason the course fees 9,000, backup videos 3,000 rupees extra. If anybody want to take the backup video, they will pay 3,000. So the people who go for 9,000 plan, they will access only live classes. 3,000, you will get Angular backup videos also, and AWS backup videos and project backup videos also with these 3,000 rupees. Okay, 3,000 extra for backup videos, because we need to maintain the backup videos in the cloud platform. For that, rent we need to pay on monthly basis. So for that, backup videos extra charge will be available. For live classes, 9,000 fees, live classes plus soft copy notes will be available. Good. Any other doubts? And for the doubts discussion, WhatsApp group will be created. WhatsApp group will be created. Offline group will be separate. Online group will be separate. So the people who joined in the group, they will be added to one WhatsApp group. Any doubts that you are having, every day at the end of the session, I will be available for 15 minutes for the discussion. Offline people, online people can ask the questions. And when after the class is completed, during the practice, if you are getting any doubts, the group is available. You can post your questions in the WhatsApp group. I will be part of that WhatsApp group. When I get some time, I will reply, or the batch people can reply for your doubts that you are getting. You got it? Fine. Offline students, any questions? Anybody having any questions? You are good with the course? Huh. Sir, in the entire market, Ashok IT is famous for the Java real-time project. The reason, this much content we are going to learn in the project. This content is not just for a fresher. So do you think that freshers will learn this content? Any institute is providing this content as part of full stack development? Is there any institute in Amirpet who is providing this much content as part of full stack development? Java full stack, they will charge 20,000, 25,000. They will teach only Spring. Boot will not be available. Project will not be available. But here, Boot and microservice is there, and project development is also available. So that is the reason when you compare the prices, our prices are little high than other institute prices. The reason, that quality and then content will be available. Their full stack development will take 4 months. For our full stack is taking 7 months of time. And nobody is giving the project course in the full stack development, but we are providing that. Yep. Yes, sir. We are going to learn everything in the mini projects development. What is the sprint? What is the Scrum? Agile methodology we are going to discuss. So let me add that tool also here. Management tool, which is Jira. We are going to learn Jira for project management, how the sprints will be planned, how the Scrum will be available, what is backlog, what is retro, all the meetings we are going to discuss. You got it? Fine. Okay, so the people who are having the career gap, they can keep 3 to 4 years of experience and they can attend the interviews. The people who don't have the career gap, they can attend the interview as a freshers. Okay, good. But when you go for the interview as a fresher, by keeping all these things, What will happen? When you go to the fresher interview, by keeping this many points in the resume, what will happen? They will get shocked. Or why you are coming as a fresher, how you learnt all these things? AWS Cloud, Angular, 20 tools, e-commerce application development, how you learnt all these tools? And that too, my previous batch students told that, sir, in some companies, by looking at the resume, they are able to recognize that we are from Ashok IT. So because I'm teaching these kind of projects from last 8 years. So this kind of Java projects development we are teaching from last 8 years. Our students are there in almost all the companies in Hyderabad. So my project batch students are there almost in all the companies. So the people who lent this project in the year of 2016-17, now they became team leads. They are taking the interviews. By looking at the resume, they will give you a smile. He is from Ashok sir batch. So that recognition also people are getting. So if you keep this much content in the resume, definitely they will identify. So he has done some project development course. Okay. So for fresher, if you keep all these points, definitely that person will get surprised. But for the experienced people, these things are very common. In the every company, for experienced developers, they are expecting all these things nowadays. You have to learn these things. So if you learn all these things, then in the job, you can survive easily in any project development in any company. So without learning these things, if you get the job also, the survival will become difficult because every day it is a challenging thing in the company for the developers. Now companies are expecting all-rounders. You need to learn everything. Good. This is a good platform to improve your skill set as a full stack developer, especially this project development course. Seriously, if you complete this project development course, then definitely you will get a very good job with a decent package, either as a fresher or as a experienced developer. Whatever the guidance that is required to attend the interviews as a fresher or experience, we are going to discuss as part of our last module, which is interview guidance. Are you clear, guys? Yep. Any other questions, anyone? Offline students? Yeah. Now let's go to online students, doubts clarification. Online students who are having the doubts can raise your hand in the Zoom. Yeah, payment integration we will teach. How to do the payment gateway integrations in the project, I will explain. Yeah. Guys, you can join in this WhatsApp group. You will get the today's class notes and today's video in the WhatsApp group. I have given group link in the chat box.